Underwhelmed. That's the overriding response to the Pentagon's new plan to prevent and prosecute sexual assault in the military. Defense Secretary Chuck Hagel unleashed a host of new rules Thursday that enforce policies banning relationships between recruiters, instructors, and new troops, also providing legal representation for victims, mandates that a military lawyer must be investigating officers for preliminary hearings, and gives commanders authority to transfer those accused to another unit. Military officials say that they've taken swift and firm action to reduce incidents and support victims.
I'm confident that we're making a difference. I think if you look specifically in this last year, the focus, the energy of the chain of command, our service members know that we're serious about this.
Joining me now is Taryn Meeks, Executive Director of Protect Our Defenders. She's also a former Navy JAG officer. Taryn, it's good to have you here, and critics say these rules are not new. So what's your first reaction to the Pentagon's plan?
Well, thank you very much, first of all. And unfortunately, these changes that we've seen are mostly incremental. They're mostly tweaks with the margin. They are not the fundamental reform that's necessary to address the crisis of sexual assault in the military and to fix what is a broken military justice system.
All right, so when we talk about what the biggest criticisms are, and there are many, but one by New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, who gave us this statement saying in part about what's under consideration in Congress right now is it is not the leap forward required to solve the problem. It is time for Congress to seize the opportunity, listen to the victims, and create an independent, objective, and non-biased military justice system worthy of our brave men and women's service. The military would go ahead and say that this would undermine commanders' authority. Is taking cases out of the chain of command the only way to prosecute these cases?
Well, look, you have to start with the foundation. There are problems throughout the military justice system, but you cannot have a House of Justice on a broken foundation. And victims don't trust the system. Our military leadership has admitted to that, has acknowledged that, and the numbers don't lie. In 2012, the DoD's own numbers state that there were 26,000 cases of unwanted sexual contact, that's sexual assault and other sexual offenses. Of those, only 3,300 reported. And of those, only 300 went to trial. 300 out of 26,000. It's an abysmally low number, and it shows us that the system as it stands is broken.
Is it the system, or is it a systemic culture within our military that seems to be the bigger issue that we're not talking about?
Well, I think it's twofold. You have to address the educational component. You have to teach service members about respect for one another, and you have to teach service members about what perpetrators are like. But you can't educate away a serial predator. So there have to be changes in the system to engender trust. So victims come forward, victims report. And as it stands now, it's the accused commander who has that sole discretion to determine whether a criminal case goes to trial. It needs to be legitimized. It needs to be brought into the modern era. Prosecutors need to be involved and have the discretion to properly examine a criminal case.
Yeah, I've said it before on this program, Taryn. The Oscar-nominated film The Invisible War is something that we all need to see so we can educate ourselves exactly about these stories and what's taking place. It's eye-opening. Taryn Meeks, Executive Director of Protect Our Defenders. Taryn, great to have you on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.